Hi. Hi, hi, hi. How's everyone doing? I'm doing so good. I have so Fridays are also so weird for me because I have an 8 a.m. class, but my coach was like, Friday, we're gonna lift weights. You can either come to the 7 a.m. session or the 8 a.m. session, but we're gonna lift weights. So every single Friday, I have to get up at 6 a.m. to go lift some heavy things and then immediately go to my 8 a.m. And by the time I get home, I'm like, oh, half the day's gone. Like, I'm already done with the things, like half the things I need to be doing today. Incorrect. That is so wrong, it hurts. But it's okay, because coffee exists. Coffee exists. And that is so slay. Oh, I just got an email from my school. I thought it was important. It wasn't. But you always gotta check to make sure. You know what I mean? You always gotta check. Because otherwise, it's just a problem waiting to happen. And that is the dealeroni. Alrighty. So, today, we're gonna be talking. I was just gonna do more like drama because don't have a better Wi-Fi adapter yet. Not drama. What is it called? Crime. I was gonna do more crime, but I don't have the new Wi-Fi adapter thingy bobby that will allow me to play games and stuff. So I'm kind of limited to the stuff that I did before I built my new PC, which is fine because I love doing those things, but kind of a bummer sometimes. Right. So today I found this actually today. This YouTuber called, what is her name? All In with Ari. And she's essentially this really sweet looking girl. Her name's Ari. She is homeless. She lives in her van. She created a YouTube channel. Um, she, I'm just gonna say what her story, her version of the events is before I get into it. Um, Her name's Ari. She moved to California to escape an abusive relationship, which is a very admirable to. I'm pretending that what she says is real right now. So, which is very admirable to get out of a abusive relationship, move to an entirely new state, and live in your car. Like that takes a lot of courage, right? That's a lot of courage to one, get out of abusive relationship, and two, know that you're going to be homeless, and three, move to an entirely different state. It's a lot, like a lot. So if this were true, that's so admirable of her. That's so like slay queen. Like I support you. Maybe would I even donate to you? Maybe if I found a genuinely what's would seem to be generally really good person and they're like homeless and they're getting out of a bad situation, I might donate like $5 or something. Like get yourself a coffee, girl, cause or get yourself like a gallon of gas. I don't know, but if only this were the case. But what? I think someone just knocked on my door. Hold on a second. back, guys. This is my friend Crystal. You don't have to be on like that chair until like here is like out of frame. No, that's how many followers I have. No. Yeah. Yeah. My I wouldn't have put it there, but the person who broke my 100 follower goal was like, "You should put your next goal to 500." So I was like, "Okay." I was like, "That's not really feasible right now, but it's." Thank you. Thank you. It's like not focusing on me for some reason, which is weird. Hello? Oh yeah. It's just my like but today we're talking about okay. So I found this girl on YouTube literally today and I'm so hype about it cuz it's so dumb. But it's essentially this girl. She lived, what's her name? Her name is All in It with Ari and she is like her YouTube channel is pretty much just her living in her car cuz she's homeless and that type of stuff, and then she like talks about like why she was homeless and like all that type of stuff. And but I'm not gonna explain, but she's like there's something wrong. I don't want to say it on stream because it's gonna be like a surprise, but like no, they can hear the stuff I'm saying right now. I don't know, hold on. I usually have that up because it stresses me out. I only have like one or two, which is fine. I get a lot of most of my views when my like when I'm done streaming and the VOD is up. So that's kind of like, mm. But literally, so I wanted to talk about this girl because I didn't real like she. I heard about this today and the story is fucking bizarre. So let's go through her channel a little bit and see how she likes to present herself. Okay. So this is okay. So this is her channel, super cute. She has Jesus. She has 86,000 followers on not followers, subscribers on YouTube. She seems like she's really pretty actually. Just fucked up cuz she's an awful person. But mm, yeah. Yeah, no, like she started her very first channel is living my car homeless in California first vlog. Yeah, so she posted her first VOD a month ago, and most of the other things she's done is like shorts. But so like everyone followed her, one because she's pretty, two she like the way she talks is very like kind and very sweet. So like it's like, "Oh, I feel so bad for this really pretty sweet like girl living in her car being homeless." But that's like not the full thing. And I bet she got a whole lot of like viewers from the things that I'm going to be talking about right now because literally it's like what the fuck? Like so I kind of want to just like so her first ever VOD. What? No, it's in my bag. If you want to get it. Hmm? It should be the biggest section, so not that one. Yeah, it's probably like at the bottom or whatever. Yeah, where did it even go?
So, I'm just gonna jump right into it. My name is Ariana, and I am homeless. I will be 32 this Monday, the 25th of July, and I won't be celebrating. I don't have any family or friends. I do have a full time job, and I live in my car, and I have lived in my car for the last 7 months now. There's that. um, it's lonely. It's definitely lonely.
You plug it in.
But I am also a very introverted person, so it's only lonely occasionally. I'm actually enjoying it because I have all this freedom and solitude, and I make my own rules.
Oh my god. Knowing what I know and listening to her speak pisses me the fuck off. Like she's like, I don't have any friends and family and I'm homeless and I have no one to help me. I'm so lonely, but I'm an introvert, so not really. I'm not really lonely. But the reason why she doesn't have any friends or family? Messed.
I'm not bound to a mortgage, so there's a lot of upsides to it. But I'm not gonna lie, it gets difficult. I mean, this is my home. This is where I live. That's where I sleep. Yeah. I could go into my story of how I got here, but I think I'm gonna save that for another video. The reason why I actually
I feel like for
wanted
being
to
homeless, this is a pretty good setup, like for living in your car. Like having like the curtains, like that, having the pillow up there, having your back seat is like a bed, and like everything else is like
post a
storage.
video was because I have been feeling pretty down lately this last month about my situation, just kind of in my own head,
Oh my
thinking a
god,
lot of
shut up.
negative thoughts, rethinking my life, and I got on YouTube and I
I
started
need
out
to speed
searching
this shit up.
for videos on depression because I was hoping that maybe something would just uplift my spirits a little bit. I actually came across a gym bag. I have a cooler. I usually just put drinks and fruit, whatnot in there. And I do have this little cooker. It's like this little mini, plugs into my car, and you can cook like frozen dinners, heat up, toast anything. It's pretty awesome. And I just found it. I wish I would have found it months ago.
It is actually
Yeah,
pretty
so
cool.
I can
She has like a little like lunch pail that isn't a lunch pail, it's like cooks things.
something other than Del Taco. Screw it. Yeah, I usually go for the bean burritos at Del Taco because they're cheap and they're good. I try to save as much as I can here and there, but honestly, living in California is just so damn expensive. Between the inflation right now with the gas prices and just overall pricing, everything out here is high. Basically, my job pays for my bills, which I do actually have a lot of bills, and food. So I have my car payment, I have my phone payment, I do have an iPad which I'm paying on, and I would have gotten rid of that a long time ago, but the only reason I'm keeping it is in case I happen to get a remote job. I don't know. There's no telling with me. I could quit this job or get fired for some crazy reason. There is no telling. My life has been a series of crazy events. So I've already had 2 jobs since I've been here in California, and I've been here just a little over a year. So, anyways, I keep the iPad just in case I need it for a potential future job, because I know a lot of places are still working remotely around here. So that's the only reason for that. So that is a pretty high bill. My car payment's pretty high. The reason I say this is because I know people are going to be asking me, just in case I need it for a potential future
So
job.
I get
'Cause I know a
keeping
lot of
your
places
like
are still working.
iPad. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can get a picture of what she was.
remotely
I'm looking
around here.
at. Okay, so she has an Apple Watch, and that looks like a newer version of the Apple Watch that I have. And I got mine as a graduation gift in 2021. And she says that she's been homeless since 2022, about a year ago, 2021. So I get having your like phone and getting like having an iPad for like, because you need that for like remote business, like jobs, or like you need to be able to contact people. Like that's one of the only ways. But like an Apple Watch is just such a luxury to have. Like the only reason you would really need it is if you had like heart problems and it's like a fast way to like check your like your heartbeat. Like that's the only real reason I can think of. And those go for like hold on. Hold on a moment. I need to I need to find this out. Like that is like 3 tanks of gas right there. And she just has it, I guess. Yeah, that looks like the newer version of mine. The bigger version. The only reason I know this is because my mom also got my dad one because it was like a buy one free situation, and she got my dad one for his job and because he also has a lot of health issues, and it was just really good. It was just a really really nice gift from my mom. So Apple Watch thingy. Let's see. So I all the app. What the? Whoa. So this like Apple Watch thing situation, if it comes with cellular, as it is at least $500. Yeah, is at least $500, and there's a Hermes series of it that goes for 1,300, which I don't think that's what that is, but and my guess is that if it is not a Series 8, that it's at least 200, 300, and that just is such like
So that's the only reason for
why would
that.
you get this if you're like in the process of being homeless? I don't get it. I don't get it. That might be really insensitive, and if that is, someone correct me, but I don't know.
So that is a pretty high bill. My car payment's pretty high. The reason I say this is because I know people are going to be asking me, well, if you have a full-time job, then why are you living in your car? Well, it's so damn expensive to live here. Not just food and gas and stuff, but like living. Oh my god, a studio starts at 2,000, and
Oh
if
my
you want
god,
to see
guy
where I
wearing
live, I'm
gray
talking 3,000.
pantyhose.
You're
Welcome.
looking at like 23.
Welcome back. Happy Friday. How you doing?
Um, and when
He's been in my chat before, Crystal. He's so funny. Did my camera just glitch the fuck out? That's so sad.
I did have money saved up, I actually tried really, really hard for months straight to get a place, but
I'm
obviously no
okay. I'm
luck
kind of just chilling.
for many reasons. A
Very
lot of them were
tired, so I got
scams,
coffee.
so I got scammed out of hundreds of dollars just trying to apply. I
Oh,
actually viewed a few
scams and
places
shit?
and ended up loving them, but never heard back, or just somebody got in front of me, or my credit score wasn't as high as the other person's, or something happened, or something always fell through, or
I feel like this happens a lot when I have like bad Wi-Fi, but it's okay. It's fine. I don't really care. Um, we're gonna see if I'm gonna see if I can reset it real quick. Hmm. Let's see. Oh, she's doing something. Hold on a second, guys. Slay. Fixed it. Okay. So, I feel like you kinda, what happened? Did I actually exit out of her VOD? Hold on a second. Uh, so essentially,
Come to think of it, there actually isn't a single email that I've written over the last few months without the help of Grammarly.
ad.
Almost like it wasn't meant
Shut
to
up,
be.
ad.
And so after months of trying, I finally just got exhausted, and I was like, you know what? If I do get a call back and I actually get one of these places, I don't think that I would even actually be that happy because be stuck with a lease. I would rather have extra money to just live. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm just kind of living check to check, and I don't know.
Val wanted me to tell the first streamer I saw who's on that I told that I am doing 5 Par Friday right now. It's so much fun. What is 5 Par Friday? I have no idea what that means. But I Valorant, like, is it like a weird tournament thing that they're having on?
So you're probably wondering what I do as far as the bathroom and showers and stuff like that. I actually do have like a little camper potty thing in here for emergencies only. Typically, I will just run into.
Oh, pair. You're wearing 5 pair. Why are you wearing 5 pairs today, bruh? Okay, Crystal. This guy, he told me the story of why he wears pantyhose. He wears he wears pantyhose to work. Pantyhose, like tights, leggings underneath like his pants and stuff because what was it? His like coworker was like complaining about the dress code at their job or whatever, and now he's been wearing like pantyhose for what is it, like a year or something? And now he's wearing 5 pairs today. 5 pairs of pantyhose. Isn't that so weird? It's not it is weird. No, the friend I grew up with. Oh, friend grew up with. Why did I think it was a coworker?
A store or a gas station and use their bathroom or the gym. That's where I shower. I have a gym membership. But yeah, like everyday things, you do find a lot more challenging. Like I can't really cook a full meal. Keep snacks in here, but usually like I'll eat out. I used to take a lot of pride in how I looked. I would make sure my hair and makeup and outfit were all done every day for work.
Well, I'm sorry you think it's weird. I do think it's weird. What do you mean? I wouldn't even willingly put myself. What? Tights? Pantyhose? That's just another name for it. It's like the traditional name for them. I don't know why. I think it's like I don't know. But they're just like the sheer tights, that like dancers and stuff wear. Yeah. Stockings for us means like long socks. And like that type of shit.
Not so much anymore. This is basically what I look like when I go in. Like, this is actually nice compared to what I normally wear. Usually I'm pretty raggy. You can sit back and think like, wow, I had so much stuff. I had so many nice things, so many nice clothes, and such a nice house before. How can you be okay with this? And at first.
Well, it's supposed to make you laugh. It does make me laugh every single time. That doesn't mean it's not weird.
It wasn't easy. It was a shock, and I was scared. But then I found it to be thrilling and exciting and freeing. It's not bad. It's like I said, I'm still very blessed, and I've been making it work. I can make anything work. I can adjust. Granted, it would be a lot easier if this was like a van or something. But hey, I'm I'm thankful. I'm thankful for what I have. I really
Okay, so if Val tells me to tell a streamer something you would like, bruh, I'm gonna have a stroke just reading your shit. Okay, okay. If Val tells me to tell a streamer something, would you like me to tell you? Sure. I have no fucking clue, bruh. Sure. I don't know.
really am. I live in a beautiful state. I can go anywhere I please. I don't have to stay in one place. Um, I love the beach. I like to be at the beach, in nature if I can in any way. Animals, bugs, plants, trees, they all become my friends.
Ugh.
I
Shut up. She's literally trying to be like, oh my god, I'm such a nice person. Like, bugs, trees, and animals, they're my friends now because I'm homeless, and you should feel bad for me because I'm homeless. I literally hate this person. I'm so good. School is going how school goes. I'm not in the habit of like doing school anymore. So I'm like not putting in the work that needs to really be done for my grades to excel, but well, I wasn't, and then I didn't realize it, and now I'm working on it. I'm putting more effort in to school now, so hopefully it'll become easier, but we shall see, honestly. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see.
usually don't waste my time chit chatting about nonsense. I like to have real conversations, and that's hard to come by, in a workplace. So I just go to work, do what I have to do, and sometimes I'll go to the gym, sometimes I'll go to the beach, sometimes I'll just sit in my car and
Yeah. Well, so I was doing kind of what I normally do for school. Like I kind of put just enough effort into like as is expected of me from my professors. So like if they're like, "Oh, this is due tomorrow," or like you should do this, then I would do those things, but I wouldn't really go above and beyond for like my own comprehension, which is something I'm good at, but it takes a lot of energy to do. And I haven't been doing that, but the classes that I'm taking are really hard, so I'm going to need to start doing that in order to like actually excel, you know? Well, school has always been hard for me. Like I almost like failed out of elementary school. Like so I'm used to having to put in work. I just because of the summer, I'm just not used to doing the activity of schoolwork anymore. So just need to get back in the habit of it.
meditate or watch movies on my phone or listen to music, smoke out. I do smoke marijuana, by the way. I don't do any other drugs and I don't drink alcohol, but I do like to smoke marijuana. Thing that's been bumming me out is
What's my what?
understanding of multimodal sources.
Can I see it? Because I'm not sure I understand. EN211? Yeah.
What is your understanding of the rhetoric analysis?
Of what? Like
What I
what is a rhetorical analysis?
Yeah, like what do you understand? How can I analyze a piece?
Mhm. So, rhetorical analysis essentially just means in the way someone says something or in the way of someone's writing something and analyze. So, like, if I were to be like, rhetorical questions.
Well,
So,
so what I understand is like rhetorical questions is like things that are asked, but they're they're asked, but not for a necessary answer because it's obvious.
mm,
They just state it
yeah.
regardless.
So, rhetorical analysis is recognizing that that was a rhetorical question and saying, why did they do that? So, like, in like a scientific piece, if they were like, they stated like a rhetorical question, you'd be like, they said this rhetorical question for the purpose of making me think about what they're saying or to drive their point. So, your job in rhetorical analysis is to find things like rhetorical questions. So, like if they repeated things, like if they repeated certain phrases, why did they do that? Yeah. So, if they're like, "Oh, you'd be a horrible person if you didn't believe this." Yeah, I have class at 12. It froze again? That's so fucked up. Oh well. Um, so essentially, like, if they're like, "Oh, you'd be a horrible person if you didn't think this," the reason why they did it was to appeal to the audience's sense of emotion and sense of, "Oh, I don't want to be a horrible person, so I'm more inclined to believe what you say." So that is like you're finding what they did, why they did it, and then like how it affects the audience is like the three chunks that you have to do. Yeah. Thank you. Mhm. Mhm. Is it Rubois? Rubois? Roseborough or whatever her name is? No? Okay. That was my professor, and she was also a grad student, and she kind of did the same thing. I took it last year, but it was pretty much the exact same thing as my AP language and composition thing. Because they counted it as English 111. So, yeah. So I just needed to take 12 too. Mm. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. But anytime you're like writing about rhetorical analysis, just kind of follow that format, which is what what they did, how they did it, why they did it. So like they said blah 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 because blah 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 to achieve the purpose of blah 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 blah. Do you want me to write it down? Okay. That's how I do things too. I have to write it down so I can kind of follow like a similar format and then so I don't forget like a step. Yeah. And then all of the like rhetorical devices, so like pathos, egos, logos, repetition, all that type of stuff is the how they did it to achieve what kind of situation, right? So I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Do you think you're going to? I kind of want to go out, but I don't know. Oh, that's kind of fun. You know. Alright. But literally, she like acts like such a fucking nice person. That was so off topic. And then she's just like, you're like, This entire video is just like once you understand what she did, this entire VOD is just like you trying to feel like her trying to make you feel bad for her, like, oh, I wish I had a van so I could do this, and I wish I had blah 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 blah. It's so fucked up. I really can't. So this is kind of who she is. I'm gonna watch. Like, she seems like such a sweet person. She is vibing out to 80s music right now. Oh my god, that hurt my ear holes. Hold on. How does anyone listen to
What you
that?
doing, watermelon? What you doing, watermelons?
And
All
she
right, I
calls
just wanted
us,
to give you
she calls
guys
us,
a
hold
quick.
on. She calls us fucking watermelons.
What you doing, watermelons? All right, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. I know that I didn't mean to just flip you off. I'm sorry. I know that I posted that I'm going to be interviewing, or not interviewing. I'm going to be interviewed by Rude Jude on the Eminem's Shade 45 channel on SiriusXM. That was supposed to be today, but unfortunately, the host is not feeling well, and we are going to have to reschedule for next week. The only thing is, I don't know what day it's going to be yet.
Oh my god.
Hey, watermelons! I just wanted to hop on.
Like, literally, look how sweet, like, her essence is. And then the shit I'm gonna show you in. I found these court documents
What you doing, watermelons? Hey,
from her.
what
And
you doing,
so, what
watermelon?
she. Okay. Kind of what she. The thing that. Her explanation as to why she's homeless is essentially. Um, she was getting out of a bad relationship that was abusive, that she needed to escape from for her own safety. Um, she came to California. She was trying to stay with her dad, but her dad lived with her mom, and her mom apparently was very mean, very narcissistic. Um, and so she kind of lived in their basement without the mom ever knowing. The dad snuck her in, and after a few months, she moved out, and that was kind of the essence of what happened. And it just like her story just didn't really make any sense. So a lot of people kind of dug a little bit deeper to try and figure out what's going on, because they're like, if I'm gonna donate to this girl to like help her out, I'm gonna do some research to make sure that I'm not being scammed, which is smart. But what they came to find out was her name isn't even Ari. Her name is Ronnie. Her name's Ronnie. And yeah, there's so many people begging for money. So her name is Ronnie, and the real story is she was not in an abusive relationship. She had a kid. She had a kid with this guy, and their relationship ended before the kid was even born. So when the baby boy was born, they had split custody. The dad, he has a job or something where he works 2 weeks, is off a week. So when like during one of those weeks, Ronnie would have to take care of the baby. But come to find out that Ronnie wasn't taking care of the baby at all, and she would drop the kid off at. So she said she dropped the kid off at her grandparents or the dad's grandparents every single time, and would just leave for days and days and days out of end. And the dad of the like, mm, no, I can drive you though. I don't do anything today. You need. Okay. Ask for Tiola too. So the dad that she snuck into the house of, wasn't her legal guardian dad because apparently her parents were absent. So her grandfather. Oh, you're getting an ad? Okay. Oh, wait a moment. Let me know when you're back. So there is this whole thing on Twitter called Dom, Findom. Literally, women say, "If you pay me, buy my coffee." Supposedly, men just give them money. I'm skeptical because there's so many of these accounts. I guess if they get one sucker, it's worth it. That's true, but also it's like the grown fucking men. You know what I mean? Oh, okay, welcome back. It's like I get that it's like kind of like free money, like you don't really have to work for it, and that's kind of dumb for everyone else who does work for it, but also if men want to give them money, let them give them money. Like they're grown men, they can make that decision on their own. And I wish I was as like I wish I was as like could benefit from that. But essentially the dad, she apparently Ronnie was adopted by her grandparents at the age of 2. So, I'm guessing if she even did move in with her parents, it was her biological dad, not her grandpa. Come to find out, when Ronnie got into a new relationship with a different person, she would try and take the baby with her on a vacation to I forget where, but it was a different country, and she just left the baby at the casino while her and the new boyfriend went partying and went drinking. And the dad actually like petitioned for full custody because when at some point I don't remember when they found like fractures on the baby. Like he's like a 1-year-old baby. So they found fractures on the baby. Not only did the father of the son petition for full custody because he was worried about the safety of his son, Ronnie's grandparents, their Ronnie is like legal guardian, so the people who raised Ronnie testified for the dad to get full custody because they were worried about the kid's safety because Ronnie would just leave the kid there for days at a time with no way to contact her in case of emergency. So, what I have are these court documents from this is so I have Ronnie's court documents right here. Right here. I pulled them up. So it's Aaron Weaver, that's the name of the dad, and Ronnie Spur, that's her full name. I really just doxed them. I'm so sorry. But so this entire document is regarding the petition and all of the information regarding the petition to get full custody. So, response to petition for order of paternity, adjustment of custody, visitation, and child support. Um, let's watch that one real quick. So this is one of the ones that I have. It is a response to the petition of the order of custody. So the person who sent the petition was Aaron Weaver against Ronnie Spur. So whenever you're gonna say the defendant or I don't remember, but okay. So comes now the defendant Ronnie Spur by through her attorney Palma states defendant admits defendant is a resident of blank Arkansas. Defendant states when plaintiff is in Arkansas, he stays with his parents and she believes that residency is either in Conway or in Faulkner County. admits to the allegations of paragraph 2 of the petition, admits to allegations of paragraph 3, and admits to give birth of male, which of initials Donwa. Admits plaintiff acknowledges paternity of child. Denies the parties have operated in a shared parenting schedule since birth. Denies the allegations on page 6. Admits defendant and grandparents had a disagreement, but denies defendant hurt her grandmother. Another thing. So this is just regarding her this is just regarding the DUI, not the DUI, the petition. It's going so good, Gibbon. How are you? So this document is just referring to the petition. But she has multiple other charges for DUIs. So when she said that she doesn't drink, that was a blatant fucking lie. She drinks and drives. Right? Right. So she drinks and drives. She has multiple DUIs. She has a lot of traffic tickets, which is not like a problem. Like a lot of people have traffic tickets, like it's really just not that big of a deal. But when you have traffic tickets, multiple DUIs, I forgot what it was, but I forgot the label of it. Okay, I'll give you a background in a second. I forgot the label of it, but she threatened to hurt her grandma, who is her legal guardian, as her grandpa adopted her at the age of 2. She threatened to hurt and kill her grandma to the point where they had to change the locks on their home. She broke into their home. She is charged for petty theft and burglary. So when it's paired with all that shit, you're I'm starting to get a picture of your fucking disposition, bitch. So, okay, Gibbon. This is what's going on. This girl has a YouTube channel. Her YouTube channel name is Ari. Ari, right? And her entire channel is about how she's homeless because she was getting away from an abusive relationship and she doesn't have any friends and family. Come to find out, that's a lie. Her name isn't Ari, it's Ronnie. She wasn't in an abusive relationship. In fact, she has multiple charges against her for child abuse and child neglect, as her 1-year-old was found with fractures on her skull, and her parents, her legal guardians, and the father of her son both testified against her. She has multiple DUIs. And so her entire existence on YouTube has been pretty much a lie. She was I don't drink, I'm such a nice girl, I'm so kind, I'm so this, to the point where people were sending her money, good money. She could get her, she could become not homeless. She was living in her car. She had a lot of stuff. She's very pretty. She's a very pretty girl. So, hold on. I'm gonna shut up. Let me pull her up real quick. Absolute bullshit then. Yeah. Look how she's so pretty. She got 86.4K subscribers on YouTube in a month. In a month! Her latest video goes back to a month ago. And most of these are shorts. So she is just banking on the fact that no one's gonna dig deeper. No one's gonna figure out that she was a horrible mother, a detestable human being, and is relying on sympathy to get through this shit. And another thing, so she's homeless. She oh my god, my fucking camera stopped again. Hold on. So she's just banking on the fact that no one's gonna look deeper into her. But within a month, people were able to find her real name, her, like, find all the shit she did. The fact that she let her boyfriend abuse the fuck out of a 1-year-old baby. Are you shitting? Are you shitting me? No. Anyways, so let's look at this like, oh, a nice break from.
With prices going up, too many hardworking Michiganders are falling behind. That's why I got $400 auto refunds for every car, expanded affordable childcare, and worked across party lines to balance our budget without raising taxes.
I don't really care, but I couldn't skip it. So she calls us watermelons. She's been staying in these luxurious hotels, right? Off the money of YouTube. A nice break from car life. It's just.
Blueberries. What? Oh my goodness.
So, yeah. So, while she was still homeless, while she still is homeless, she's still living in her car. Her next goal, she says, is to get a van instead of a thing, which is fine because van life is a thing now. But she was mad and complaining about there not being a Mercedes van at the dealership. Are you kidding? Hold on. I'm gonna find out how much a Mercedes van goes. So a Mercedes van, when I literally just Googled this shit, like right off the bat, is it looks like the cheapest one is $32,000. $32,000. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah. I hate people like this. It's like, you're living such a lie. Are you not, like, disappointed in yourself? Like, are you not, like, I get having, like, a fake name for ambiguity on YouTube. Like, a lot of people do it. I get it. I get it. But what the actual fuck? One, lying about being in an abusive relationship makes everyone who's ever been in an abusive relationship look so shitty. They just look so shitty. When people lie about it, it just brings the entire community down. Oh my god. I'm so pissed off. I'm so messed up. I can't. I'm so angry at her. I just it's like you're shit talking your dad who raised you since you were 2. He didn't need to cuz he's your grandpa. He didn't need to. He could have let you go through the system. But he cared enough about you to adopt you. You talk shit about him. You threatened his wife to the point where they were worried and had to change all the locks in their house. No. No. Simply no. And now you're like, I can't say. Well, I am. Am gonna say that you scammed all these people because when people donate, it's a very, very kind thing to do. People donate under the presumption that it's gonna go towards something, right? So I wouldn't donate to like a children's hospital. Amber Heard. Um, and if I donated to this children's hospital and it ended up going towards something else, no, I was scammed. Even if it was a good like cause, that changes the context of which I donated, which means it technically is a scam. Right? So all these people donated. You're getting all these money from views, and you're like, she hasn't once mentioned the fact that she even has a kid. Like, oh my god, I can't. She irks me so much. I want to cry, and it just, oh my god. Okay. Uh. So. So that was like kind of the background. I found these court documents referring. So this is the response to the petition. So this is Ronnie and her defendant's petition to the allegations and to the petition of custody by the dad. So this is the petition of custody. So he wants blah 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 blah. Hold on. This is essentially just saying how old they are. More male was born. The plaintiff acknowledges paternity. Parties have been amicably operating in a shared parenting schedule since birth. So this is kind of just going over what like was happening to begin with, which is like the dad was like saying like, yeah, we had sex, there was a kid, I live in this area. Um the defendant had been residing with her parents until on or about 3 weeks ago, at the time which she had an altercation with her mother and threatened to harm her by resulting in the defendant being asked to leave the residency. The plaintiff was scheduled in such that he works 2 weeks on, he works for 2 weeks and then is home for 1 week. The defendant would leave with either his parents or her parents for most of the time, so like the kid. According to the defendant's father, who has concerns for the defendant, so whenever it says defendant, it means Ronnie, right? So this is Ronnie's dad, the grandfather of the baby. Rarely do people who are grandparents testify on the behalf of like the other party's like custody, right? So concerns about the care who has concerns about the defendant's care of the baby. The defendant would leave the baby with them and stay gone for days without letting him or his wife know her whereabouts or having any contact in case of emergency. Since leaving the parents' residence, the defendant has taken up residence with a person whom she is not married, named Drew, who appeared from public record with to be an unsavory character, as he is convicted of several offenses ranging from violations of a misdemeanor, aka petty theft, including several driving offenses, including reckless driving, a failure to appear warrants being issued and offenses, blah blah blah, disrespect of elderly and infirm, including being ticketed multiple times in the space of 2 weeks for the offense of illegal parking in a disabled that's been found in a willfully contempt of court to failure to pay child support as ordered. So he has his own kid. That's pretty damning, I'd say. The problem is they might all be trash people. That is true, but also it's like might be the product of your environment, you know what I mean? Like that type of situation, you might be the product of your environment, but that doesn't give you an excuse to not change and be a fucking asshole. So the guy that she is dating after this all happened, honestly, people who park in parking, this is in 2 weeks, like in 2 times in a week, he parked twice that we know of. I think so. I think it's like I don't know. I think it might be a thing. I know in some areas it's like a thing, but I hate people who park in like disabled parking. It's like, bruh, the whole point of disabled parking is so people who are disabled don't have to like fucking hurt themselves just having to go to the fucking grocery store to sustain themselves and live. Okay? Shut up. I hate you. Like, it's just so, ah! You know what I mean? Like, I can't stand it. I really can't. Okay. And the plaintiff is the dad. It's the plaintiff's impression now that the defendant takes the baby to work with her, which is not a proper nurturing environment for the baby since the defendant's attention will be divided between performing the job and caring for the infant. The defendant has a history of instability and to the best of the plaintiff's knowledge has been hospitalized many times for health issues, has attempted suicide regarding scars on her wrists, and has held a gun to her head threatening suicide. Which suicide is like not a joke. Like we can't really having having mental health issues is an explanation for why something might have happened, but it is not an excuse to put others like health at risk. You know what I mean? Like especially if you're not getting help. Like so like we can't really blame her for that bit. But at paragraph 13, right after paragraph 12, the defendant has consumed antidepressants while drinking alcoholic beverages and has been convicted of no seatbelt, careless and prohibited driving, speeding, driving under the influence of alcohol, driving on a suspended license, and failure to pay fine and costs. Okay, so, um, I you guys might not know this about me, but I am on an anti-anxiety medication. And one time I didn't think about it, but I was drinking on that medication. Let me tell you, it got me so messed up. Like I had to call my mom. I was like so out of it. My mom and my dad had to come help me get home, and like I thought I was gonna die. Like it just was not. Yeah. Yeah, no blame for mental health issues, but if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of a child. Exactly. Exactly. Especially when there is an entirely other parent out of that situation that can take care of the kid efficiently. You know what I mean? So, the defendant advises the plaintiff that she intends to travel to Tunica for a small vacation with Mr. Smith and the infant during the week. The plaintiff is supposed to have the child and leave the child at the casino facility while she and Mr. Smith party. What? You're gonna leave your fucking child at a casino where you go out and party? That is the worst decision making I've ever heard in my fucking life. The defendant's actions are irresponsible and the plaintiff fears for the child's safety. It would be the best interest of the minor child for the plaintiff to be granted temporary and permanent custody of the minor child. Both sets of grandparents have advised that they would be willing to assist with care during the time. Okay, so it takes a fucking village, honestly. The defendant should have granted responsible supervision, reasonable. Wait, okay, hold on. Granted reasonable supervised visitation under the suspension of either her parents or his parents. That underneath the supervision, Jesus Christ, I can't read. Okay. That an expeditious hearing should be scheduled as soon as reasonably possible for the child's wealth and welfare of jeopardy in the defendant's care. Okay. Slay. La, 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 la. Okay, and this is a testament of Ronald Spur, which is Ronnie Spur's grandpa, right? Okay. But the thing I've heard about the US courts is that they have placed the kids with the mom like that all the time. Yeah, it's like a super common thing. It's really horrible considering like it's like it really is such a messed up thing, but so it's really hard for like the dad to get custody, and the fact that the kid doesn't show up even one time in her like thing, she doesn't have a space for him in her car, she doesn't have anything going on in there. I'm assuming he got custody, which good for him. So this is a testament from Ronald Spur, the grandfather, on behalf of um on behalf of not his own granddaughter, but his granddaughter's baby daddy, right? So, this says, I, Ronald Spur, age 74, father of Ronnie Spur, age 23, hereby states under oath as follows. I have concerns as to the care of my grandson. Ronnie Spur is my granddaughter whom I am adopted at the age of 2. Ronnie has always lived with my wife, her adopted mother, Annie Spur, and I love my daughter very much and know that she loves her baby and me as well, but she is not very responsible when it comes to the baby's care. After the baby was born, Ronnie has, on at least three occasions, in my opinion, acted irresponsibly regarding the care of the baby. Ronnie would simply leave the baby with us and stay gone for a few days without either of us knowing where she was or have any way to contact her in case of emergencies. Recently, Ronnie and her mother, my wife, had an argument, and Ronnie cursed and threatened my wife. I believe the threat was that she would slap her blank face. I was present when that happened. This scared my wife, and Ronnie was asked to leave our home, and we changed our locks to our home. Ronnie, a few days later, came in through the garage using the garage door opener left in my truck, which she knew the combination to. She left again when requested. I know that this will be presented in a custody case and swear that the statements are true and correct, even though it distresses me to make them. I am scheduled for a triple bypass heart surgery on the 10th day of January 2014 and need my thoughts to be known now. Oh my god, bruv, are you alive? Are you alive? I hope he's alive. I hope he's well and okay. I hope he's okay. But that is essentially what's going on. She's like a horrible fucking person, and yeah. That is about it. I'm gonna see if I can find the results of what happened. So that was just regarding the custody case. It's very hard for someone to lose custody, especially in the United States. It's really, really hard. I don't understand why, because some people are awful, and then children die, and then it's just like a whole thingamajig, and then it's blah blah. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not la la la. Petition, summons issue, letter, order, temporary hearing, summons served, response reply, notice, continuance, motor on, response reply, mutter, blah blah blah. Order enter judgment, order of paternity. Well, that's a paternity test, I think. Temporary order and visitation. Order. Yeah, okay. So order of temporary order and visitation. Let's see if I can find it. Okay. So, let me see. So this is a faxed copy of it, and she signed it. He signed it. I don't know if she signed it. On blank of blah, the parties presenting the court, they agree to the following. Defendants filed a motion, blah, 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 requesting hearing, but be continued. Criminal investigation. There's a criminal investigation. That's fun. Very cool. Plaintiff has no objection to the continuous condition under entry of temporary order. Plaintiff shall have temporary custody of minor. Under further orders of this court, defendants shall continue to have visitation supervised by plaintiff parents at their home from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays of each week, at 8 a.m. to noon every other Sunday, and any other agreed supervisions. A plaintiff shall not be present during defendant's or visitation, and defendant shall not bring others to visitation. The child shall not be taken from the state of Arkansas no longer than 72 hours in any given 7-day period. Plaintiff and or his parents shall keep defendant well advised of any issues regarding the child, not including but not limited to health development, daycare, and general well-being. Therefore, the parties presenting to the agreement that they agree and consent to above, blah 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 blah. So it is ordered. Slay. So he got temporary custody. I'm assuming he got full custody for the rest of the time because who the fuck would let that kid back into her hands like this? Slay. Alright, I think that's gonna be it for me. I have to pee so badly. So badly. And that's okay. Alright. Um, I think I'm gonna try and raid out if I can. So let's see. Okay. None of my channel buddies are on, so that's okay. We'll raid out a different time. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. I shall see you next time. Bye.